Bala, hi, I think we are live. Let me just check. Yes, I think we are live. Give us one more second, please. Yes, we are live. Bala, hi, and welcome once again to Bits and Banter. Good, yeah, we can't say good night. So welcome to Bits and Banter. Yeah, third test match, first day's play, 13 wickets, great, fantastic stadium. The pitch seems to be exactly where we left it 14 how many years ago, 8 years ago. So nothing has changed. And
Nothing has changed. England has obviously not changed. But the pitch, frankly, Raj, the pitch wasn't as bad as the English batsmen made us feel. Because it certainly was not a 112. Let's get this straight. It was not a ranked earner.
Yeah.
The kind of purchase that Leeds got wasn't as good as something that Axar Patel or Ashwin got. You can always argue that it kind of eased, especially in the late in the night, but it was not a 112 pitch. And to get out for less than 15, to bat out less than 50 overs is a crime. And you can't get away with that in modern day.
Yeah, especially when your opener makes half of those runs, right?
Terrific runs. He was in great form. Yeah. Back rally.
So I think it was again a bad. It was. I mean, I totally agree with you. Sort of. It was. I think a combination of bad batsmanship and then waiting for turn when most of them got out to balls which were coming straight. So I think that was the giveaway. To me, that was the giveaway. But let us start from the beginning. I was a bit surprised to see Washington Sundar in the 11 because yeah. So Kuldeep Yadav again. I mean that thing comes up again. So why no Kuldeep Yadav? I mean, he was bowling reasonably well at the pitches. If it's a turner, was it required? What's your thought? What's your thought on that?
It was puzzling. I don't see. They just went with the fact that Washington Sundar is a better bat. I don't think the bowling options. Actually, they were not looking at the fifth bowling option. Kuldeep Yadav didn't bowl too many overs in the second test, and I don't think Washington Sundar will be called for to bowl more overs. So it is just the batting which clinched it. But I was more. It was a surprise at the end. But I was more surprised with the way England saw this pitch.
We'll come to that. We'll come to that. I have a problem. If they are taking a batsman, then why not take KL Rahul, who's a batsman?
So a batsman who can bowl a bit.
Yeah. So that is the point. If a person is bowling a bit, and you wanted to.
Yeah. Frankly, they are looking for an all-rounder.
Yeah. No, they already have 1.5 guys now, right? You need another half. Yeah, Ashwin scored a century in the last game. See, my point is simple. So I know. This is I'm probably laboring a point now because this is again something which is inexplicable. Washington Sundar didn't bowl a single over, and like you said, Bala, he might not bowl at all in the game. That's very much possible. So why dabble with it? Umesh Yadav didn't come in because I think that thought I was maybe we were thinking. Would there be a third seamer? And now England is looking pretty stupid after taking their 3 seamers, right? So I think we were probably spot on. We said, look, I think it's better. And Rohit Sharma gave us enough indication to suggest that the pitch would be they probably carried the pitch from Chennai also. So it was like that. So yeah.
I like one of the tweets. I don't know. An English journalist put out. England looked like it looked like a bunch of people who are called for a formal Thai dinner. They turned out in Bermudas because I'm just going in with a single spinner. They got it wrong. They got it wrong.
Yeah, they got it bigger. Vastly wrong because I think they were taken in by what the pitch did, what the pitches when the practice pitches did when they were practicing on it. I think that is where they got it wrong. Johnny Bairstow comes in and he lasts 1 ball, right?
He played 9 deliveries.
9 deliveries. Okay.
He got out for a duck. It doesn't make any difference.
No, I think somebody last 1 ball. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Even if they didn't, I don't think they contributed too much with the score. And somewhere I think that going on the back foot and not sort of moving forward is actually what England is, I think, finding it tough. Because all the guys, they were you could see that they just were stationary in the crease. They were even guys like Ben Stokes, who was not, he was neither forward or back. He was just stuck at the crease, and you don't do that in Indian conditions ever, right?
I mean, of course, English batsmen were feckless. That's quite understandable. But I was very impressed with the way Axar Patel bowled. He didn't allow us to miss Ravindra Jadeja. I mean, this was straight out of the playbook of Ravindra Jadeja. I mean, bowl typical left-armers, 4 balls, suddenly bring one in, sharp one, get those wickets. So that was pretty much, and because that was what we missed in the first. So he was more impressive than Ravichandran Ashwin. Of course, Ravichandran Ashwin was brought into the attack pretty much later, and but of course the delivery of the innings, the English batting innings for me was Ravichandran Ashwin's delivery to get a scope, only scope.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
I mean, we also need to point out one thing, because the end that Ashwin was bowling, that wasn't spinning that much. If you notice, Jack Leach also shifted ends to where
Exactly.
Axar Patel was bowling.
You're right.
So Patel got the right end and got the right rewards for it. I'll put it that way. Ashwin, for the second time,
today Patel deserved it, man. After Sardar Patel's name having been taken away, at least this Patel got it.
I know. So one Patel at least made its presence felt in the stadium.
Exactly.
So
you can't change his name on the scorecard.
Yeah. So I mean, is it true that they have an Adani and an Ambani end at the stadium?
Yeah, it is a fact.
Okay, fair enough. So let us stick to that. So which basically means that maybe they funded the stadium. Who knows? Well, it's okay. I mean, they are free to fund the stadium. I'm okay with that because it's a good stadium. And the pitch. See, to me, I think people are making a mistake of believing that just because there is a lot of loose soil there, the pitch is not good. But the loose soil is somewhere closer to the bat, closer to the batsman. Actually, the Goodland spot, the soil is not loose. It's pretty decent, even now at least.
The loose soil, as you said, rightly said, it's around the popping crease.
Popping crease. So that can't be mistaken. Although I need to bring in one point, because I was a little concerned about that crater that was developing and the fast bowlers were complaining. Indian fast bowlers, I think they are comfortable because they have, I don't know, I mean, they are used to this. My only worry is that, they
bowl 11 overs between them.
No. I mean, next innings also, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
So, I mean, my point is that, I mean, it shouldn't lead to any injuries, because that is one area, and it is there are two reasons for that, and it's also due to the dew that is coming in. Because there is an evening dew in Ahmedabad that actually sort of takes the soil away. I mean, if you remember, there was one shot where somebody was scraping Anderson's shoe, big time. I didn't catch who the player was, but somebody was busy scraping his spikes. So that is a bit of a concern, because you don't want anyone injured, any bowler injured, because that's a nasty thing that can happen, right?
But what do you think of Indian batting innings? I thought Gill has a few problems to sort out. I mean, not technically. He's a very good batsman, but he needs to clear his mind.
Yeah, there seems to be a clutter. I think we spoke about it last time also. I think today I remember hearing Harsha Bhogle saying the same thing, that 20s, 30s, pretty looking 20s and 30s, 40s, 50s look good. But then as an opening batsman, you need to score big. And Rohit Sharma is showing him how. Right? I mean, Rohit Sharma scored 160 odd in the last test match, and now he's come up with another 50. And so he's showing you how. I mean, that's exactly what you need. Pujara was, I think, again, it was unexpected. I think he sort of fell off. Yeah, he just fell off. I think he just probably miscalculated the lack of turn. I'll put it that way.
And Kohli looked good, but towards the latter part of the innings, he was not timing that, and there was a drop catch. Kohli put on. I mean, after having tried a great one before that, put a straightforward chance.
Yeah. So for me, that was the moment. That was the moment of the match.
And the way he got out was problematic, because the ball was too close for the catch.
Yeah,
and he played it, and they could have been circumspect, because that was anyway going to be the last over of the day. He could have been. I'm just saying, strictly speaking, you can always download these advices.
So we come from an era where the last 5 overs we would happily sit and watch Gavaskar and whoever else was at the other end pad away things. We are from that generation, so we love to see that. But then I think this breed of cricketers, I don't think they even if
fair enough. Yeah. But the ball was not there for the cut.
Yeah. I mean, bad shot. I mean, choice of shot, yes. do they have to sort of play for the stumps? I don't know, because I don't think anybody does that. Right? I mean, choice of shot was bad. Obviously, it was bad. So coming to tomorrow, what's your?
I think England are still not. I won't say they are still not out of the match, because a couple of wickets, early wickets tomorrow, they are very much back in it. Perhaps if they can reduce India to, I mean, get India all out for less than 200 or thereabouts, they can still make a match of. It is not as if the match has totally gone out of their grasp. If they can play to their percentages, this team certainly can. Because I don't think the pitch is going to deteriorate so much over the coming days. It will play through. There will be a turn and bounce, but it won't be unplayable. So England can, I mean, as long as, but Rohit Sharma and, of course, very obvious to say, Rohit Sharma and Rahane, if they can bat out an hour, then you can say England are out of.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll go one step further. Since we are not talking about lunch break, we are talking about a tea break. At tea break, after the first session, if India has lost 2 wickets, I think England has a problem on their hands. However, if India has lost more than, I mean, instead of 3, if they have lost 4 wickets or so, or 5 wickets, then England is still very in with a chance. Although at the end of the day, I think at the end of the match, they might rule having just one spinner. I think that is going to be the difference. Is what I feel.
Exactly. That might come back and bite them in their first win.
Yes, I think we leave it there. Although I mean, I think we need to say a word or two about the stadium itself. Amazing stadium. 130,000 people can be accommodated.
110,000.
No, it's 30,000. They said it again today.
Oh, okay.
It's 1.3. 130,000 people can be accommodated. The commentators were saying again and again. And it has been named after the Prime Minister now, which feels a little odd, but then these things do happen.
It is odd. I think it is wrong. That's a different story. We'll have it.
Yeah. So when there is always this question of former prime ministers who've given themselves awards. So this is fine. In this country, these things happen. So I mean, we are not too worried. I'm not too worried about it. Okay, if you want to call it that, call it whatever you want. I'm sure the prime minister didn't ensure that it was called. Somebody else did. So it's fine. But then the stadium itself is, I think, top class. So I mean, terrific work by the Gujarat Cricket Association, and I think we need to put that on record from our side, because I just love the way it looks. One more final point, Bala. Yeah, one more final point. One of the things which sort of struck me somewhere was, I forgot to mention this earlier. Struck me was, what happens when there is dew on the outfield and the ball is wet? Usually you don't use that ball on the next day, because we are talking about white ball cricket, right?
White ball.
In this case, what happens?
Don't know.
Yeah,
that's a new thing. I mean,
yeah. So will the ball be disfigured? Yeah. See, the pink ball has a lot of lacquer, so I am assuming that the lacquer will retain. I mean, it looks tomorrow also, because England hasn't bowled too many overs, right? I mean, they have bowled a handful of overs. They probably need to bowl at least another 30, 40, 50 overs with the same ball. So that will be interesting, is what I need to figure out. That is one thought that came to my mind, because we have not seen this before.
Exactly. That's a new thing. And just one point about the stadium. Stadium is fine, everything. Hopefully, because in India, all the stadiums, they give a short script to the spectators. None of them have real spectator. In terms of looks and everything, in terms of facilities, toilets, food kiosks, stuff like that, they are not readily available. See, hopefully, a bigger stadium with a lot of modern facilities will undo those problems. Hopefully, other stadiums will also take cue and at least improve those facilities for the spectators who actually make this sport run.
Correct. I completely agree with you, because I mean, the couple of places which I've visited abroad, during my visits abroad, I found that the spectator facilities were fabulous, and which has never been the case with the grounds that I've visited in India. Never been the case. Bala, fantastic point you mentioned. I hope this changes everything. I hope this has those many facilities. Imagine a scenario where you have 130,000 people sitting in a one-day match, and I'm sure all of them would need at least 2 pee breaks. 2 bio breaks. Imagine the number of overall bio breaks that needs to happen. Mathematically, you can't even think about it in that much of space. So I mean, I think that's a fair point. I think, yeah. So look forward to seeing you tomorrow and catch you here, share your views, and we'll see you soon. Adios.
Thank you, Raj. Good night.
Good night.